Well, it was definitely a bit of an unusual year for your team. Maybe just take us through it overall and your thoughts from start to finish.
Yeah, go back to the start. I think we're just trying to integrate some younger players into the league and into our lineup, and um, obviously then we went through a really tough stretch, a stretch that a lot of us have probably never been through, and learned a lot. We came out of it, pretty strong, I'd say, and I think we were close to the bottom of the standings in the league when we were going through that, and went on a pretty good run there and got ourselves into a playoff position and ultimately made the playoffs, and that was our goal. It should be everyone's goal when you come into training camp. So fell short, but no, it was a roller coaster for sure. We were all over the place, but at the end of the day, we got into a playoff spot, and it's never easy to make the playoffs. So
That can really drive a team apart, right? You guys, an 11-game losing streak. I can't even imagine what it was like for you guys in the room having to deal with that and trying to get out of it. You do get yourself out of it, and like you said, you go on that run. So, I mean, you guys obviously don't break apart, but like, how is it that how much more does that gel you guys when you're able to come through something like that and then put together that kind of effort that you did to get you into the play-in round?
yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's one of those things where you're going through it, and it's not fun to come to the rink every day, and there are a lot of hard times and a lot of meetings and video that you don't want to see necessarily, but I think it just showed a lot that we stuck together and came out of it at the end, and like I said, I think it's one of those things, whether it was for the rest of the season or if it's for a guy 5 years down the road in his career, that he can look back on something like that and learn from whatever happened at that time and use it to his advantage, and that's kind of what all those peaks and valleys are about in a hockey season. It's when you're on the top, you try to stay even keel, and when you're at the bottom, you just learn from things.
From your own perspective, how did you see the thing play out and the year play out? Sorry, and your development as a player.
I was happy with my year. Obviously got off to a pretty hot start in the goal category, which usually isn't something that I do too much. But no, I obviously had a career high in goals, and wish I would have been able to continue that pace for the rest of the season. But no, overall it was good. I mean, I'm an older guy, veteran guy that played with a younger guy like Ty Bauer, and just seeing his development and us as a pairing. I thought we did a good job. We were battling some adversity, whether he was injured, I was injured, but overall was happy with it, and yeah, year 10 next year, so it's crazy how fast it goes by.
Well, that leads me into my question about Tyrel, because you did partner with him quite a bit. So what did you see in terms of development from him as a pro?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you just look at where he was coming into camp last year as a first-year pro to where he is now. I think it's night and day, and he's put in a lot of work. There's no one on our team that works harder than him. I'm sure you guys see it. He's on the ice every day, staying out late. Make sure that he's taking care of his body up in the gym, and that's not always easy to find in a young guy like that. Someone who, might just want to get out of the rink and head home and do whatever, but he's always willing to put in the extra work, and he's I feel like he's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder too. He wants to prove people wrong and come a long way, and obviously I hope as a friend and a teammate that one day he's playing with the Jets.
We talked about it, Jeff, but how special is it? I mean, you're a guy who's played in the American League quite a while, but how special is it still to see guys making their NHL debuts like Brad and Chibby? What was that like for you guys on the road to all experience that together?
Yeah, that was awesome. No, it was awesome. We were actually in Texas at the time, and we were at a Italian restaurant. There was about 6 or 8 of us at a table, and we had 3 different phones going with the game on, and we were all watching, and I think Lambo got the assist, and we were all fired up for him, and then all of a sudden, like, Chibby scored, and usually it doesn't happen a lot where you score in your first game, so to see that was just it was a really cool moment, and really happy for those 2 guys, kind of touching along with Ty there, was same thing with those two guys. You know, they worked extremely hard. You know, both really good kids and good teammates, and you know, as a teammate, you like to see when guys get rewarded and then obviously have some success at it too.
And then we talked about this before as well, but how special is that for you to play in your home province? Obviously, your second stint with the Moose, but it's got to be always special suiting up for your home province. What was that like for your another year here as well?
Yeah, no, it was awesome. Yeah, still got the roots up in Flin Flon, grandparents still up there, so no, it's you know, it kind of feels a bit like home for us. You know, my wife and I really enjoy it here. We love the city. The organization's great. Yeah, like it's nothing but good things to say, really. It's been a great 2 years, and you know, hopefully it can extend it a little bit longer.